The war among the stars was something Earth only heard about in whispers. Most humans believed it was distant, irrelevant, fought by civilizations so advanced that humanity's presence hardly mattered. But I knew better because I had met her. Her name was Leora, an alien warrior of the Kalari, a species both feared and respected across the galaxy. The first time I met her, she was not clad in her silver armor or holding her plasma blade. She was wounded, exhausted, and hiding in the shadows of a ruined Earth outpost. I had been an engineer stationed there, tasked with repairing systems no one cared about anymore. I didn't expect to save her life that day, but I did. And in the quiet months that followed, I came to know her not just as a soldier, but as someone who laughed, who argued, who carried the weight of galaxies on her shoulders. We were never supposed to meet again, our worlds too far apart, our duties pulling us in different directions. She returned to the stars, to her endless battles, and I returned to Earth, trying to convince myself she was gone forever. Until she returned. The war had ended, or so the reports said. The great Kalari fleets had triumphed against the rival Kuroth Empire, though at a terrible cost. When her ship descended onto Earth's soil, the people expected a war hero, a commander draped in glory. But as the ramp lowered and her armored figure appeared, her gaze swept past the crowds, the banners, the cameras, and stopped on me. Her eyes searched only for me, and I felt my world shift again. She had changed. The Leora I remembered had carried herself with fierce determination, her every movement sharp and purposeful. Now, though she still wore her warrior's armor, there was something fractured beneath it. Her posture remained proud, but her eyes, those piercing silver eyes, were haunted. I pushed through the gathering, my name lost in the noise of cheers and reporters. When I reached her, she pulled off her helmet, revealing the same striking features I remembered. The angled markings along her cheekbones, the faint luminescence of her skin. And yet she was not the same. "Human," she whispered, her voice cracking. "You are still here." Her hand trembled as it brushed my arm, as though confirming I was real. In that instant, the years of silence between us evaporated. She wasn't searching for medals or recognition. She had come back for me. But her return was not as simple as it seemed. Over the next weeks, I saw the scars she carried. Not just the deep gashes across her back or the faint burns along her arms, but the invisible ones. The nightmares that woke her in the middle of the night, the silence when she looked at the stars. She had lost people. Friends, comrades, perhaps even family. I learned that the Kalari had won the war, but their victory had cost them more than anyone admitted. They were fractured as a people, their fleets diminished, their trust in each other weakened. And Leora, once a commander, was caught in the middle. "You saved me once," she said one evening as we sat near the edge of the old outpost ruins. "But now I am not certain I can be saved again." I didn't know what to say. I was just a human engineer, someone with grease on his hands and no understanding of galactic politics. But I knew this. I had seen her strength before, and I had seen her kindness. She had looked for me when she could have looked for anyone else. And so I chose to stay by her side. But staying by her side meant stepping into her world. The Kalari Council soon arrived on Earth, demanding her presence. They wanted their warrior back, not as a survivor but as a symbol. They needed her to inspire their fractured people to lead again. Yet Leora hesitated. "Why?" I asked her. She looked at me, her expression torn. "Because if I return to them, I will lose myself again. And I have only just remembered who I am, because of you." It was then I realized something dangerous. Her people would not forgive her for choosing me. To the Kalari, humans were fragile, primitive, unworthy of their warriors' bonds. If she turned her back on them, They would see it as betrayal. And so, without meaning to, I had become the reason for her conflict. Rising conflict. The pressure grew. Kalari envoys visited her daily, reminding her of her duty. News broadcasts across Earth speculated about her strange attachment to a human. Some called it love, others manipulation, still others a dangerous distraction. Then came the threats. Not all Kalari had accepted peace after the war. Rogue factions of ex-soldiers, bitter and broken, roamed the stars, rejecting the Council's authority. To them, Leora was a prize worth taking, or eliminating. One night, the sky over Earth split open as a rogue warship descended. Its weapons targeted the outpost where Leora and I stayed. The ground shook, alarms blared, and before I could react, Leora shoved me behind cover. "This is my fault," she said, drawing her plasma blade. "They come for me. Then we fight together," I said, my voice trembling but firm. Her eyes softened for a heartbeat. "You are still the same human who once pulled me from death." The battle that followed was chaos. Leora moved like a storm, her blade cutting through alien steel, her voice commanding with raw fury. I did what little I could, rerouting power, overloading the outpost's defense grids, turning broken machinery into makeshift weapons. Together, somehow, we held them off until Earth's defense fleet arrived. When the smoke cleared, Leora stood beside me, her armor scorched, her blade dimming. She looked at me not as a soldier looks at an ally, but as someone looks at the anchor that keeps them steady. The Council, however, was less forgiving. They declared her reckless, accused her of endangering peace by tying herself to a human. They demanded she sever ties with me or be cast out from Kalari society forever. Thought she would choose them. After all, they were her people, her destiny, her blood. But instead she stepped forward, her silver eyes burning with quiet defiance. "You speak of honor and duty," she told them. "But this human has shown me both in ways you never did. If I must choose, then I choose him." The council chamber fell silent. Ending. Her choice changed everything. The Kalari, shocked and divided, debated for weeks. Some condemned her, others admired her courage. Word spread across their colonies, of the warrior who returned from war not for power or glory, but for a single human. For some it was a betrayal. For others it was hope, proof that bonds could exist beyond species, beyond politics, beyond war. Leora was stripped of her command. Her banners were taken down, her name removed from the rolls of honored generals. But she did not falter. When she left the chamber, she turned to me with a small, tired smile. "Now I am free," she whispered. "Free to choose my own battles." Life was not easy after that. We lived on the edge of two worlds, alien envoys watching us, human governments unsure what to make of us. Yet we built something together. Home. A place where her armor could finally be set aside, where her haunted eyes could find peace. Some nights, she still woke from nightmares, whispering names of those she lost. But when she looked at me, I saw something steady return. Oh. She had returned from battle scarred, broken, burdened with the weight of galaxies. But in the end, her eyes had searched only for me. And I knew then, no matter the cost, I would never let her fight alone again.